Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to this episode of the Ramadan 2023 vlog or chit chat on this channel One Baba Salam. At the end of this chit chat, I have a personal story to share which may be relevant to some of you, but you will have to be patient, bear with me to the end of the video for the story, inshallah ta'ala. Tonight I'm making this video at Masjid City Alam. I'm supposed to do it outside, but it just finished heavy raining, so I decided to make it here, and the background seems to look not bad. Tonight is the night of 27th of Ramadan. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if this night happens to be Laylatul Qadr, that we are qualified for the benefits, for the barakah, for the bounties, mercy, and virtues of the Laylatul Qadr. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your fasting, our fasting, and the fasting of every Muslim. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts us and grants us the doors of Ar-Rayyan. In this chit chat we are going to discuss about Zakatul al-Fitr. Zakat al-Fitr, which in this part of the world they say Zakat Fitra, but because in Malay they say Zakat Fitra, but this Fitra is not the Fitra of natural instinct. Natural instinct comes from Fitra, but Zakatul Fitr is different. Fitr means to break fast, so the Zakat of breaking fast of Eid, not necessarily the breaking fast of the day of fasting. So difference between Fitr and Fitra. Alright, so Zakatul Fitr in Arabic, Zakatul al-Fitr, not Zakatul Fitra. When we are going to do this chit chat about Zakatul Fitr, it's not about should one pay Zakatul Fitr or give Zakatul Fitr or not. If you are watching this, you most likely have decided, or if you have already, you might have already done your Zakat al-Fitr. But if you are watching this, you most likely have decided to make or give out your Zakatul al-Fitr. So not giving Zakat al-Fitr is out of the discussion. Now a level higher is in, should I give in food, staple food, or should I give in money, cash? That is up to you to decide. If you want to follow the Sunnah and you can afford to do that, and you can find someone to give in staple food, that is Sunnah. Alright? But if that is not convenient, you should be fine to go with giving money. Whether one is taking out his Zakat al-Fitr in form of staple food or in form of money, in local religious departments, Singapore, Malaysia, and other parts of the world, is already calculated and determined. For example, in Malaysia, there are 3 options given: 7 RM, 7 Malaysian ringgit, or 14 Malaysian ringgit, or 21 Malaysian ringgit. So you have 3 options to decide. In Singapore, they have 5 Sing dollars, that is the normal, and they have premium, which is 780 or 750 if I'm not wrong, Sing dollars. In that case, you have the choice to give either the ordinary or the premium. Is it staple or money? You decide. With these 2 options or 3 options, which one should I go for? The textbook answer is, it is your choice. If you can afford the ordinary, go for it. If you are going for a premium, go for it, and there will be nothing wrong with either choice you make. And if you are to go for the 7 RM or 14 RM or 21 RM, there is nothing wrong and no blame on you at all. However, let one ask himself, if I am to go to the supermarket to buy groceries and the food for the family, what staple food will I buy? Will I buy the one that is the ordinary, or I will go for the premium? If I am to walk to an eatery, a restaurant, on the average, how much will my meal be? Will it be $7? Will it be $5 on the average? Or will it be 7 ringgit, 21 ringgit, or 14 ringgit? Make that your basis. The one you will buy as staple food for yourself, consider that for the Zakat al-Fitr. The amount you will spend on your average dining in, consider that as the basis for your Zakat al-Fitr. But there's nothing wrong to go for the ordinary or the cheapest as stated by the religious department. It's not about that. It's about Ihsan. It's about Ihsan. Just imagine if someone knocks on your door and you deserve Zakat al-Fitr and he gives you the less than what he can and less than what you will usually. How will it feel? This is the Ihsan we are talking about. Otherwise, it's not about there's something wrong if one goes for the cheaper options. Alright? So it is how much and how will I want to be rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Handsomely or just ordinarily? Premiumly or just ordinarily? It's a choice that we make. If you haven't given yet and you come across this video, then you should know what to do. Now, the story I wanted to share with you. 2 days ago, a friend of mine invited me to do to breakfast at his place, and also we did Tarawih together at his place. At the end of the Tarawih, during the Witr prayer, I remembered how I learned Qunut, the dua of Qunut. When I was a small boy, if I recall well, at the age of 6, 7, in our hometown, back in Ghana, Atebubu, anyone who knows Atebubu will understand this. Back in Ghana, there used to be a man by the name Sayyid Tahir. In our local language, they call him Sid Tahir. Now, so Sayyid Tahir. 7 years, 6, 7 years, I've been hearing the dua of Qunut. Most of the time, it will be long. So I really wanted to learn that dua. And I thought, who can I approach to teach me this dua? Where can I find it in any form at all? So when I thought, my parents were there, my cousins, my uncles, the elders and whatnot, I could only think of this man, Sayyid Tahir. I approached him and I said to him, can he teach me dua Qunut? I'm the dua of Qunut. I want to learn it. He looked at me and he said, okay, I will try. So a few days later, he came back to me and brought a book. In the book, I saw only 3 lines of dua. I was able to read at that point of time. So I remember, Allahumma ihdini fi man hadayt, wa afini fi man afayt, wa tawallani fi man tawallayt, wa barik li fi ma a'tayt, wa qini sharra ma qadayt. This is what I can remember at that point of time. Although I was expecting a longer form of dua Qunut, but this is what I got. So it stick in my mind until today. This story is 30 years old, more than 30 years ago, of course. So during 3 days ago, during the prayer, when it was Qunut, this man came to my mind, and it was the night of 25 Ramadan. So I spent that time to make dua for him. One incident, and 30 years later, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspired a dua for him. Why am I sharing this here? What does it have anything to do with you at all? If you have patiently and bear with me, if you have patiently bore with me from 10 minutes ago until now, I humbly request that you pause this video, make dua for Sayyid Tahir, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives him, grants him Jannah. In return, I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes you an inspiration, that someone 30 years down the road, 100 years down the road, will make dua for you. It doesn't matter when you are watching this video. It may be tonight 27th of Ramadan, the night of 27th of Ramadan, 2023, 1444. You may be watching this video 5 years later, 10 years later, 100 years later. Whenever you happen to be watching this video and reach to this point, I humbly request, pause, make dua for Sayyid Tahir. After that, make dua for all the deceased Muslims who have departed. And make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant any living Muslim a good ending. This is basically the story I thought of sharing with you, and I hope and pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants you the same when you have departed. Someone, somehow, somewhere get the inspiration, thinks of you, remembers you in the unexpected situation and makes dua for you. More so in Ramadan. More so in Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our fasting, grants us Laylatul Qadr, and grant us good ending. May He forgive all our departed ones. May He forgive Sayyid Tahir. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant recovery and healing to any ailing Muslim. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant guidance to every Muslim, the confused ones among us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ease the affairs of every Muslim. Allahumma innaka afuwun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna. Allahumma innaka afuwun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna. Allahumma innaka afuwun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna. Subhana rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Until our next, I leave you in Allah's protection. See you and see you in Jannah. Wassalamu alaikum ورحمة الله.
أتيتك يا خالقي باكيا ودمع الأسى كل حين يزيد فقد قلت في الآي لا تقنطوا وإن تعف عني فذا يوم عيد وإن تعف عني فذا يوم عيد